Well, my name is Ted Sogge. I was born with a few rare congenital heart defects, one of which is known as dextrocardia. Essentially what that is my heart developed on the right and is not on the left, as is typical. In addition to dextrocardia, I was born with a single ventricle heart, which means that my heart was not pumping enough oxygen to the rest of my body. I was born a blue baby, as they call it. So within moments of being born, my family and I were flying down to Omaha Children's Hospital in order to save my life. A variety of tests were performed, and it was discovered that my condition affects a multitude of my organs. One of them being my liver. I have a midline liver. My lungs are trilobed on both sides, and I also have asplenia, which really impacts my immune system. So I had a sequence of 3 open heart surgeries, which were all part of the same sequence within the first 2 years. And that actually served me very well throughout my childhood and adolescence. My most recent surgery was this past summer. They did an open heart surgery just essentially to replace that same graft that had been in there for the past 20 years, just with something a little bigger, better, and more fitting for where I am now in my life. My family and I were going back and forth to Omaha Children's Hospital every year for checkups, just to make sure all was functioning well. And because of the limited blood flow through the graft, I was a little bit limited physically growing up. I had trouble with endurance and blood flow to lower extremities, things like that. So I did have issues with like PE classes and things like that growing up, but functions pretty well today thanks to the wonderful surgeons that helped me out. Because of my asplenia and my dampened immune system, it caused me to contract Graves' disease, which causes your thyroid to become very overactive. What I experienced was some significant weight loss, and my heart was just constantly racing. I always had the sweats. Basically felt like I was running a marathon all of the time, even when I was just laying in bed. And that was a difficult experience for about a year or 2. I was in very good health until my most recent open heart surgery this past summer, when the graft was replaced, and I'm now doing better than ever. A few years after I turned 18, I transferred to Mayo Clinic for my adult care. And after a few years there, they recommended that I receive some adult grafts for my circulation. And that's where I had my most recent open heart surgery this past summer. After those graft updates, I'm now doing better than ever. After my most recent surgery at the Mayo Clinic, I spent about 3 weeks there for recovery, and once I was healthy enough to come home, I came back and was able to start the cardiac rehab program here at Monument, and that really helped me regain function and confidence in my abilities again. While I probably do a little bit more than might be recommended by my doctors, I do my best to listen to my body and just pay close attention to what I can and can't do. I would recommend anyone do that. I was recruited for a few double-blind studies at Mayo Clinic, because if you can help out in some way, any way, why not? While the entire experience has been difficult for myself and my entire family, I'm incredibly thankful for having such a selfless and loving support network to be there by my side through it all. Even though being born with this heart condition was completely unexpected for myself and my family, thanks to quick-acting doctors, thanks to supportive family, thanks to the American Heart Association, and thanks to God, I'm here today to tell my story and spread my message to hopefully help other people.